Good morning, YouTube. We are over here at the back of the house. I'm going to show you guys the water tanks. I promised in the last video that I would do a video on the water tanks, so here it is. So I have 5 water tanks here. They're each 275 gallons. And I have this, they look like your normal IBC totes. But I have this black cover that I got off Amazon on each one to help eliminate algae and stuff like that. But it connects off this side of the house and that side of the house. So since this side is done, we'll talk about this side. So everything comes off the roof down through this gutter, and then the first form of filtration is this leaf eater that I have here, which I'll go up on the ladder and show you guys. Alright, so don't mind all the bugs, they're attracted by this light at night. So anything that's big that comes off the roof won't go through this. So all that big stuff will get caught. The water will continue to go down, and the water will go down in here. Now the reason it goes from a 3-inch to a 2-inch is because there is a ball that is in here. It's a ball that floats on top of water. So its purpose of the ball is to trap all the dirty water that comes off the roof, which is considered the first flush. All right? When it first starts raining, all the water that rushes off the roof and all the big debris that falls out, that's your first form of filtration. My second form of filtration is this first flush system. All the water that comes off, the very first flush of water that comes off the roof, is going to get trapped in this 3-inch pipe right here. Because the ball sits on the bottom right now because it's empty. And as you can see, there's a slow drip. All that dirty water is going to end up leaking out. So as the rainwater falls off the roof, or cascades off the roof down into this pipe, the ball that's inside is going to rise and rise and rise and rise until it hits this 2-inch pipe. And it's going to get stuck there. This is going to be full with that first flush of water. It's going to be the dirtiest water. Anything that's on the roof or in the gutter is all going to get caught in here, or at least a majority of it is all going to get caught in here. The ball's going to get stuck there, and so all the clean water that comes off the roof is then going to come down these pipes, and it's going to then go into the first tote. Now, if it's raining very heavily and there's a lot of water coming down, so some of the water will spill off and then go into the second one, and then same from the other side. So this one's going to get filled first along with that one. So it's going to fill from the outside to the center. Outside to the center is going to get filled first. So when this one is full, the water's not going to have anywhere to go in it, so it's going to flow down the pipe and then go into this one. When this one is full, it's going to flow down into this pipe and start filling up this one. And these two are not going to fill up as fast as these two are, because this gutter is one whole gutter for this whole length of house. It's like 160 something feet. It's one whole gutter. So this whole side of the house is connected to this gutter. There is not a downspout on that side, but there is an opening, but barely any water ever goes out of it, so there's not a hole. There used to be a giant ass hole right here from the water that was coming and just splashing down into the ground. I filled it in after taking from these holes over here. So a lot more water comes down this side than it does on that side, because there's an arch in the middle of the house, so only half of that roof actually comes out this way. So I suspect these two will fill up before these two are full. And I plan on putting a gauge inside the middle tank to let me know when the middle tank, how full the middle tank is. Because if the middle tank is full, then that means all the tanks are basically full, which means the water is going to come out of here. Which this is not done, okay? This is going to have a 90-degree elbow and then another 90-degree elbow so that it faces down. And it's going to be a 3-inch pipe that comes down to the ground. And I'm going to end up building a trench. And the 3-inch pipe is going to have another 90-degree elbow sitting on the ground under the level of the ground. And then there's going to be a 3-inch pipe going all the way down until there's a trench that goes across the property and then goes all the way down the fence line. And the fence is on this side of the trench. So I'm going to have that pipe underground for the overflow water. So when it comes to this side, I'm not done yet. So as you can see, there's the arch. So only this much of the roof is, the water from this much of the roof is actually going to be coming down this way. So it's not going to get as much water as the other side. This side is not done. I am missing a couple things. So just like the other side, this is where the 2-inch pipe is going to start, and it's going to go back into a 3-inch. But I am missing the bottom piece that allows the water to drip out. And then I also need to get like a plastic ball to go inside. So that's the only part over here I need to do. Because right now water is just sitting in this cap, in this pipe. So I'm going to have to open this pipe at some point to get all that water that's in there out. Because I don't want to create a festing ground for bugs. So those are the two things I need to fix. This is where I took the dirt to fill in that hole on the other side. And then there's one other problem that I've been having with these IBC totes is that I'm not able to find adapters that actually fit my totes. So that one's full, or not full, it's got water in it. That's nice. So it must have rained enough that this one might be full and that one has water in it. Let's see if the third one has water in it. Sorry, I'm kind of rambling right now. Alright, so the third one does not have any water yet. That's not bad. Okay. So, anyway, back to I've been having trouble finding adapters that screw on here so I can like attach a hose or even PVC piping. This one is a different one. It's got a different opening to it. So I was actually able to find an adapter that fits this one. And so I was able to get this PVC on it. So I'm able to get like a 5-gallon bucket, put a 5-gallon bucket under this and be able to fill that up. Or I can get the adapter that has the hose nozzle and I can connect a hose to this one and then I can use it to water in the plants in the front yard. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4 IBC totes that, sorry, 3, just 3, because this one I can get an adapter on. I have 3 totes that I can't seem to find an adapter that actually fits. That's been the biggest thing. Some of them are just made different, I guess. I did see some on Amazon that I'm actually going to try because those are 2-inch and these are all supposed to have 2-inch openings, but a 2-inch does not fit on these 3 totes. So I found a 2 3/4 on Amazon adapter. So I'm going to order those and try those out because if they don't fit, I can just always send it back to Amazon. So that's going to be my next step, is getting those to see if I can actually get an adapter on these. Otherwise, it just just comes out. I like to actually have some control over the water and how it comes out. Let's see if there's water in this one. Yep. So there's water in the first two on this side, but not in the third yet. So what I'm going to do is actually open up the floodgates on these two because they've been sitting empty for a year now. So I'm pretty sure they got some bugs and stuff in it. So we're going to let it do kind of a clean wash. There we go. Hopefully that anything that was sitting on the bottom of these totes came out. Let's do it with this one too. Look at that. This one has a lot of water pressure in it. There we go. So hopefully anything that was sitting on the bottom of that tote came out. I've already done a flush on the first two when it rained a couple days ago. And I've been able to fill up my chickens' waters using this water here instead of using the hose. So I'm no longer having to use a hose, which is going to be nice, especially when I start doing all my gardening out here. I'm never going to have to use a hose connected to city water. I'm going to have all of these, which is 1,375 gallons of water, and there's no way I'm going to go through that amount. So I definitely have to get this overflow connected and get that going. And so all of these are sitting on cinder blocks. I wanted them up off the ground because, like I said, I want to be able to get a 5-gallon bucket under them. Plus, the higher they are, the more water pressure I'm going to have when I connect a hose to them. I'm already going to have water pressure as it is, but the higher they are, the more water pressure as well. So, really excited about this. It's only taken me a year, and it took my dad coming over. My mom had COVID, so my mom kicked him out of the house. So he came over, and we were able to knock all this out in basically a day. I had all the pieces already for a year now, and it just took my dad coming and just saying, let's get this shit done. And we finally got it done. So it only took a year. Let's see how long it takes me to build this fence now. If it took me a year just to hook all this up, I can only imagine. So yeah, wish I could show you guys like all the pieces that I got. But these are all extra or things I need to take back. Like that was a misbuy. I never used this, so I gotta take that back. I got some odd ends. This is a 2-inch adapter that I got hoping it would fit. It didn't fit, so I got a 3-inch thinking that would fit. That was too big. So, and then these are supposed to go between every tote so that I can do, because none of this is glued together. None of it's glued. There's only a couple spots where there is silicone, where it leaked, but that's only a couple spots. But this was supposed to go between each tote for a quick release, so I can unscrew it and be able to redo any of this if I wanted to. But you'll notice there's not one between here. This one was supposed to go between there, but I didn't realize when I bought it that this one was a twist. Like you have to twist into it. All the other ones were not. They were just open like this. So this one has to go back, and either I get a replace where both sides are smooth so I can put it between there, or I just leave it. I mean, it's an easy fix. I can easily take all that apart, but I don't really want to. but it would be an easy fix. So that's another piece that has to go back. And then I got a bunch of other stuff down here. This is the 90 degree that's going to go on top of the overflow over there. So that's going to be what goes towards the ground. This is a piece that I messed up. This is the gauge that's going to go into the third one. So what you do is I'm going to dig a hole or drill a hole to put that in, basically like right there. And what you do is you drop it to the bottom and then you fix the arrow. So the arrow that's empty, you would fix it to where that gauge is. And then what you would do next is grab the phone. Alright, so I'd pull up the string and this gauge changes. So what I would do then is figure out where this gauge goes when it's full of water. So that would tell me how much water is in this third tote, because that's the one that's going to get filled up last. And then I will be able to figure out how much water is in here, how much I'm actually collecting, because so far, if the water is in these second ones, I'm assuming that means that the first ones are full. So I have 275 gallons in that one and 275 gallons in that one. So I'm not sure how much is in the second ones, but if I get this third one set up with this gauge that lets me know how much water is in it, then I'll be able to tell how much water I'm collecting. Not that it really matters, but it's something I just want to know. There's a couple places I've gotten things from. So Rain Harvesting by Blue Mountain Company is where I've gotten a lot of my stuff. So let's see. These are the 8 steps to rain harvesting. And this kind of shows you how you want it all laid out. There's your first flush system with your overflow and the water that actually goes to the tank and all that. I watched a lot of videos, countless hours on how to get this set up. But I did it my way, and it works to how it's supposed to work. Any big debris falls off. Dirty water gets caught in here, and then this nozzle is a slow drip. So the slow drip of water will come out here. So all the dirty water that's caught in here will slowly drip out of here. And then this is a twist. So if there's any debris in here, I can twist this off, clean out this pipe, make sure all that gunk is out of there, put the ball back in because the ball will fall out, close it back up for the next rainfall. And then it's all cleaned out. Clean water goes into here. So you guys saw the water that was coming out of these tanks was clear. It's nice. I love these black covers that go on them, but what sucks the most about them is that they cover the whole tank, so I can't really see where the water level is at. So I would have to buy 5 of those gauges to figure out. So that's the only downside about the black, is that I can't actually see in the totes. But you want them black because you don't want algae in there, especially if you're going to be feeding this stuff to my chickens, whatever other animals I use and then use to water plants. You don't want it dirty. So that is my rainwater harvesting setup. I'm really happy that it's finally done. Well, at least 98% done. I still have to finish the first flush system on the other side and actually get an overflow going. But other than that, It's done. It works. It collects water. It collects the rain, which is the point of it, so that I don't have to use city water. Ergo, my water bill is less. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. Thank you guys for watching this video, and if you have any questions, post in the comments and I'll try to answer every question you guys have. Y'all have a great day.